Okay, y'all, this is the egg mixture I used. I just want to point out that don't keep this. It has raw eggs in it, and it's not for reuse. You just need to try to use as much of it as you can while you're cooking with it, but throw it out because it does have raw eggs in it. Okay, thank you. Good morning, y'all. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to make some French toast. So I'm going to show you my ingredients here. Okay, I've got milk, eggs. Actually, I think I have 2 eggs left in here. I'm going to use the last 2 eggs I have. A little bit of butter and my bowl, and this is just regular white bread. Okay, let me get the egg mixture prepped. I'm gonna use 2 eggs and a little bit of milk, and I'll get that mixed up and I'll show y'all how to make French toast. Okay, I'm gonna crack the eggs, 2 eggs in here, pour a little milk in there and make the egg mixture. And I just start by cracking that there. Crack 1. That away, and start with the second one. I'm gonna make 2 pieces. You can actually, if you have large enough eggs, you can do it with probably 1 egg, and depends on the size of your the bread that you have. But this bread is, you know, pretty thin, so I'm just gonna use the 2 eggs. They're not like really, they're supposed to be extra large eggs, but to me they really aren't that large. So this is just the cheapo brand thin white bread. So let me put a little bit of milk in here, and probably can't see it. Let me pick up the camera here and just put like a little, well, I'm not good at this, but just a little bit of milk in there, you know, enough to make it, you want like a little bit of creaminess, and it tastes, makes your egg mix. Some people just use eggs, which I don't understand that. Just, I put a little bit of milk in it, and it elevates it, makes it a lot more, I think, a lot more fluffy, creamy coating. I might put a drop more in there. Just about that much more. And well, some people do add like salt and pepper to their egg mixture, but I don't. I just like just the regular plain, because I'm going to put syrup on it, and I don't really care for that. So let me put I'll keep my fork here. Okay, and I did not heat up my oven here, or my skillet. This is just a regular flat, like a Kamal type of frying pan, skillet, whatever you want to call it, Kamal. And you can use any kind of skillet, anything, flat surface, big enough that you can put the spatula in there to flip it over. And I like this because it has no sides, and this is not like a real messy type of dish to make. You can just plop it on there, and it doesn't make like a big huge mess. Now the butter, actually let me get my other butter. Miss Piggy butter. I think I have a little tiny bit of butter left. I'm going to use that up first. And I will put that on there. I'm going to pick out a spatula. I'll use this spatula right here. And this is a non-stick coating. And I usually like cast iron or stainless steel, but this Kamal, I just like the low sides of it, and it was fairly cheap. think, I don't even remember how much I paid for it, but I'm just going to put like a very thin layer of butter on it. I'm just going to do that. Tilt my camera down a little bit maybe. Hopefully it doesn't fall. Okay. Now I'm just going to take one of my pieces of bread, and sometimes like the egg white, you may have to kind of break it up because it will be like in a clump. And I'll try to mix that around quite a bit. If not, you'll get a big splotch of egg white on your bread. So just put it in there and kind of smash it down. Then I'm gonna flip it over just like that. You just want to coat it, get it coated up real good. Now I'm just gonna pick this up with the fork, slide it over, put it in there like that. And since I'm working with the electric stove, I'm just going to do one at a time, because if you have a gas stove, it's going to come up on the sides and it's more even heat. But since I only have electric stove right now, I'm going to use that center space where the most heat is on the electric stove. And I've got it heated up to a little over medium, not quite medium high, like medium, just a little bit above medium. And you're just going to let it get toasty there just for a couple minutes. Maybe not even, maybe 2 minutes, a minute, 2 minutes on each side. This is one of my favorite breakfasts. I really love French toast. Got a little tail there, hanging off there. And it's, oops, poked my finger. It's lightly brown already. It's only been on there not even a minute maybe. And this is like one of the easiest, super simplest, easiest breakfasts that you can make. It doesn't take a lot. It's really cheap. You can also top it with, I use syrup, and sometimes I use peanut butter, but today I'm just going to use syrup. And you can top it with any, whatever toppings you want. You don't have to use syrup. You can use like jam or jelly, preserves, whipped cream. You can put chocolate chips on it. You can put a lot of different toppings on French toast. Okay, I think it's starting to get a little toasty. Yeah, perfectly toasted. You see that brownness? It is a little bit light in the middle. I should have pressed it down there. I think this pan has a little bit of a warp to it there in the middle. It's kind of cheaply made, but I got it for tortillas, and I leave it on my stove usually, and it's easy to heat up tortillas with real quick. I do have a regular comal, but it's kind of rusted a little bit. I didn't take very good care of it, which I usually do, but sometimes I would get in a hurry and I would just leave it in the dish drain. But usually I hand dry my cast iron so that it doesn't get rusted. Let me get a plate here. Okay. I'm going to start the other piece of bread, put that in there, let it soak up a little bit. I'm flipping this one. Let me see. It's pretty toasty. I might press it down a little bit on the middle, right there. I'm doing that. Gonna saturate this piece of bread right here. Now I'm gonna flip this over, get it all saturated with the egg mixture. Press that down. It's puffing up. It's got a coating of that egg mixture on it, so it looks like it's going to be like a little bit, like your bread's going to puff up a little bit, but it's the egg mixture that's, it's basically baking onto your, I have a little spoon holder there. Now it's puffing up onto the bread, which is, it's not really the bread that's puffing up, it's the egg mixture. Ooh, that was a lot. Got a big old clump of egg white right there. Okay, that's going to make a little eggy, fried eggy right there on the side. See if I can scoop it up. So basically you're frying an egg onto toast, basically is how it is. And it's, you can touch it, it's a little bit spongy like. And that's what you get the flavor from the egg mixture with the toast. It's like really one of my most favorite breakfasts of all. Okay, we're gonna let this mix. And I have been going through a ton of my kitchen stuff. I have a ton of kitchen things. And I noticed like this whole thing, oh my gosh, I've got like 3 or 4 of each thing. So I'm going through a lot of my kitchen stuff, and I'm probably going to sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace. I do that every once in a while, but I noticed that I have a tendency to do that. I collect a bunch of multiples of extras of each item that I own, in case I can't find the one that I originally bought. I already lost the twist tie. There it is right there. I always lose these twist ties. Okay, let me check and see. It's still a little light on that side. I might turn it up a little tiny bit. I'm going to just put that right there. Some butter started right there. And this little tail right here is cooked egg. I'm gonna go ahead and eat that. Okay. It's lightly toasted on that side. And you know, pancakes, waffles, and French toast are like super easy to make. If you have like the mix, like the pancake mix, all you do is add water to it. And it's ready to go. You just fry it in a pan. And the same thing with waffles. You get a waffle iron, mix up the mix, put it in there. It's a really quick, easy breakfast. But you can also make the mix yourself with the flour and the salt and the baking powder. Mix it all together. Make your own mix. And one of these days I'll do that. I have a really fluffy pancake recipe I love to make. But I don't have the mix together right now. So I've been using like a box mix for my pancakes right now. Moving to me is like one of my most detestable activities, and I still have mess cluttered everywhere. I had a lot of stuff in storage. I had 2 large storage units with a lot of furniture in it and other things that I collected, and I'm trying to pare down a bunch of the junk I collected, get rid of a lot, because I'm just tired of having so much junk and so much stuff. So I'm trying to declutter a lot of stuff in my life now. And okay, I'm gonna flip this. It looks, yeah, that looks really toasty brown. That looks so fluffy and brown. And I'm gonna start just kind of like, I have like 3 large saucepans that are just, you know, I don't need 3. And actually I have a brand new one I haven't even opened. It's an enamel coated the same kind of pan. I have the industrial size, maybe not industrial size, I would say maybe like large, extra large size. And I have like 10 or 15 small saucepans and like 10 or 15 skillets. You know, I don't need all that. So I'm going through and I'm picking out the ones that I want to keep, that I'll use the most. The stainless steel and my cast iron, and anything that's enamel coated. I do love cast iron that's enamel coated. I do like that. Or any pan that is enamel coated, I like that. but like this is a thin, like aluminum. And I use this one mainly for like small things that I'm going to heat up, or I don't know, like a small sauce or some, if I'm boiling 1 or 2 eggs or whatever, then I'll keep a few pans like this. But I don't need like 10 of them, so I'm going to get rid of the rest of them. And the same thing with colanders and platters, and I probably have 10 or 15 pie pans, 9-inch pie pans. I'm not going to make 10 or 15 pies. I don't know why I collect them. But I used to, every time I would see some kind of, I got a lot of my bakeware at the Goodwill or thrift stores. And, you know, I kept seeing them, and they used to be really cheap. They're not as cheap as you'd think now in those thrift stores. The prices in the thrift stores are going up, and I know that they have to pay their employees. So I don't buy as much now anymore because I already have tons of things that I don't need that many things. So I'm trying to go through a process in my life right now to declutter and, you know, get rid of excess. It's just too much, you know. Okay, this one is pretty much, this one turned out really fluffy, really good fluffy. And if you can see how toasty brown it looks, it's really good. I'm turning the heat off. Put this, I already put the butter on there, it's gonna melt it. I'm turning it on to that way. And I'm gonna put the very last of that butter on it. Ooh, I'm gonna tip that over. And let me cut some of that up. Okay, put that on there. Now, I'm the kind of person that I like to flood my plate with syrup. I'm really, really bad about that. It's not healthy for you. I have lost a little weight, trying to lose a little more, but I haven't eaten something this like high calorie in a while, so this is gonna be like my cheat day to eat my French toast with my butter and my syrup. Let me get my syrup. I should have already had this out. Okay, this is just regular butter syrup, just a cheapo brand. And I buy a lot of the cheapo brand stuff because of it's budget friendly. Now I like to coat mine, and I'll probably put more on it. Let me bring it all over so y'all can see. I have coated it, and it's easy, super simple, easy, delicious breakfast you can make. Super easy. Okay, thank you all, and hope you'll have a good day.